Welcome back to Small Town Big Mouse. This is Amber, your one and only.
And this is Nikki, your resident bartender. And today we're going to share something that is so close to my heart, you guys. So everyone knows that I'm a traveler.
And I obviously like to go places.
Yes. So my favorite place, people always ask me like, oh my God, where's your favorite place? Bali has been my favorite place thus far. And Amber and I are going to Bali.
Yes, we are. By the time this airs, it'll be less than 7 days. So I'm super excited and nervous because I have never traveled that far.
Yeah.
I've traveled outside of the United States to like Mexico, but I feel like once I get over this, traveling this far, I'm like, I'm already halfway around the world. Like, where can I not go?
Know. We have a layover in Hong Kong. So we're driving to San Francisco, and then from San Francisco, we'll fly 15 hours to Hong Kong. And then we have a 15-hour layover in Hong Kong. So we get to Hong Kong at like 7 p.m. We're going to go into the city. We're going to stay the night in the city. And then our flight doesn't leave till 10 a.m. the next morning. So we're going to experience Hong Kong too. So we're kind of experiencing like two things at once, which is really what I like to do. Cause it's, I don't know that I ever want to really visit Hong Kong, but maybe after going for 15 hours, I'll change my mind.
Right. You never know.
Yeah.
I do have a friend, my friend Amy, her mom travels like all over the place. And I want to say she really liked Hong Kong.
I feel like people do like it.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, hopefully we don't miss our flight to Bali.
No, we won't miss our flight. No.
I'm really relying on Nikki for this trip. Usually I plan everything I do, and Nikki has the ball in her court.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of sitting back and going,
because I'm the bitch that's traveled all over so far. Yeah.
So I know I could trust you. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, you've already been there. So whatever.
Yeah. And I'm not going to let us miss our flight where everything's going to be good. And we're flying on. So we have some notes, but I didn't see this in our notes. So like for anyone who's traveling, if you're going to like Indonesia or someplace like that, there's like 2 airlines that you really want to get on. Singapore Airlines or Cathay Pacific, and we are flying Cathay Pacific. Last time I went, I flew Singapore Airlines, and the reason that I tell people that you want to fly these airlines is because their economy seats are literally just a little bit smaller than like first class in United or Delta or one of those. I mean, their first class is fucking like a bed and shit, and you're like a whole closing room and like a bed and like.
Oh, so I don't have to worry because I'm not the smallest girl. So
no,
I'm not gonna be like, oh.
No, when we went to Bali, we went with my old boss Jim, and he weighs like 300, almost 400 pounds.
Okay, yeah,
he was that. No, I'm not saying that at all. He was a little uncomfortable, you know what I mean? But like. He's a huge man. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like we're going to be comfortable. Everything's going to be great. Our seats are going to be good. They overfeed. I literally had to tell them, like, stop bringing me food.
And those people are, like, so skinny. What the hell? Why they do that to us Americans?
They're like, oh, I feed you, fat American. Here, your food. Yeah. I woke up, I went for a nap and woke up one time. I know I told you this, and there was a fucking tub of fucking Ben and Jerry's sitting on my little tray. I was like, oh, where did this come from? I was so excited.
Oh my God.
It was like a little baby tub. It was so cute. But my friend was like, oh, the stewardess brought that around. I was like, what? And then I was halfway through the flight before I realized that the cocktails are included.
That is the bonus.
Yeah.
Right
so
there.
I was
That's the only reason why I'm going to Bali. I wanted free fucking cocktails.
Right? I started drinking like Bailey's on the rocks, and then by the time we got there, I had like 4 or 5 of them, and I was like, we're here. I was so just excited to be there.
I'm gonna try to pull an all-nighter the night before because I know there's such a time difference. Yeah. 15 hours, I think it is.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna I think my nerves, my excitement, everything's gonna be like. Because I can't even start packing. Like, I have a little pile, but... Yeah.
Well, you saw me. I'm making a pile now.
Right. But, like, that's what you asked me. Like, what if I bought... I'm like, clothes?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Tell me what I need to bring. Which actually brings us to, like, the packing essentials of traveling across the country. So, or the country, the world.
Yeah, definitely
Because I think Bali is, like, right above or below the equator.
Yes, I believe you're correct. I'd have to look at a map right now, but I think you're right.
I think I did see that somewhere. So
And I want to say too, it's going to be rainy season when we're going. But
at the end of rainy.
I went in rainy. I looked at my stuff, and last time I went, it was January, so it was right in the middle of rainy season.
Well, I've been watching videos and they're like, oh, yeah, they say it's rainy, but it's not really that rainy.
I saw a crazy video of some girl from her balcony and the whole street was flooded, but they say 12 hours later, that's gone.
Right.
So, and we have a driver. This is the great part about us going to Bali. Last time I went, I met someone and he was super cool. And ever since I've went, he's text me happy birthday, Merry Christmas. So now I told him we're coming back and he's super excited. Like he's going to be our driver for the week. So we don't have to worry. We don't have to, worry about who's driving us, who's taking us. Are we getting ripped off? Like we don't speak that language, which they do speak a lot of American there. So we should be fine. Or English, sorry.
I was going to say American or English, Nikki?
They speak English. They speak the mother's tongue. They speak the real English.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's great too, is knowing, that we do have somebody that
and
will help take care of us.
Let me tell you guys too, like the first time we went, the guy took us out for 8 hours. Okay. And he charged us $20. Okay.
20 American dollars?
Yeah. And I gave him a $20 tip. And you would have thought that I gave him, well, I mean, there it probably is like $1 million, 1 million rupa. I gave him gave him a $20 tip and he was just like so fucking thankful. And then I started reading an article. They literally only make $200 to $300 a month there. So
that's insane.
Yeah. So that's why he was so excited to get that.
Well, didn't the driver, he was like, just come and I'm not going to charge you. Like, come on. Yeah. Of course we're going to pay you.
I would never do that because that's how he makes his living. And if you take a whole week off to take care of me and my friend, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But then again, maybe he was just saying that knowing, you know what I mean?
I don't know. He's just such a nice guy. Once you meet him, you're going to be like, maybe he really did mean that because he's so sweet.
Well, so does that mean we have a professional like photographer for our photos?
Oh, he totally will take pictures. Awesome. And every little place you go, like the Bali Swings that I was telling you about, it's on a coffee plantation. There's a dude, you can give him like $5 and he'll literally follow you around with your phone and take all the pictures you want.
Yay. I can't wait.
It's so fun. Okay, so let's talk about our travel tips, like packing and just, things that you're going to need.
Right. Yeah, because I think I had sent you a message a couple of weeks ago and I was like, hey, like what kind of shoes did you wear? Because normally when I go on vacation, I'm like in sandals.
Yeah.
But I don't know how Bali is. Obviously, we'll be on the beaches and stuff. But then also like the adapters, like, does my plug work there?
No, your plug does not work there. You need to have I think it's a European plug. It's like just 2-prong things. I showed you earlier. Yeah, I showed her earlier. And I have a couple and we got a couple more coming. So we should be covered. Cause like I said, it's everything. Mm-hmm. Anything that plugs in has to fucking go in that plug. And I remember we were at Amsterdam one time and I only brought one and I was like, oh my God, I couldn't have my curling iron heating up while I was like drying my hair. I couldn't have my phone charging while I was drying my hair. I couldn't have my phone charging while I was curling my hair. You know what I mean? So you need to have more than one.
Right. I mean, I think about it even when I go and I'm in a hotel. I'm like, I got my phone charging while I'm blow drying my hair and my curling wand's heating up. So
we're girls. We have to think of those things. Yeah.
Although in Bali, because the weather, I do feel that like I probably won't be doing my hair. Yeah. Right?
You may not. I feel like a lot of hats are going to be coming, or I'm going to be wearing a lot of buns. Yeah. I think there was one day we were there that we went to like a waterfall and I let my hair down because I got it wet, right?
Yeah.
And when I saw some pictures later of myself and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with my hair? Because it was all frizzed out and shit. It looked horrid.
All right. So let's go back to the packing essentials. Nikki, what are your ideal packing essentials?
Well, I use packing cubes. So I will put everything in packing cubes. I've been seeing these things on TikTok though, where people go to like Dollar Tree and buy the laundry bags and they put like 1 day of clothes in each bag.
I like that.
So like pajamas, shorts, whatever they're going to wear for 1 day. And then they put their 7 days in one. I have these packing cube things though that I use and I feel like they're pretty, like they smush your clothes down.
Yeah. I did buy packing cubes for my trip in June. So I did like those, and I still like some of them ripped because I had bought some really cheap ones off, I don't know, Shein or whatever. So I do still have some of them, but I'm like, they do work because it compacts your clothes. Definitely. And then you have like all your socks and underwear in one, you have your bras in another or whatnot.
Right.
So, but I do like the laundry bags because then it kind of separates your days.
And then the chick said you put the clothes back in the laundry bag and that's how you, like those are dirty, whatever. But also another pro tip here for Bali, it's super cheap to get your laundry done. Like It's so cheap. They'll do it at your hotel. There's like washing places, every place you just drop your clothes off. I just watched a video of a girl. She had it was like a 13-gallon kitchen like garbage bag.
Yeah.
It cost her $7 and she had the whole bag washed, dried, and folded.
Well, I plan on doing my laundry or having somebody do my laundry before we come back home.
That's always nice, clean clothes.
I do got to share. So my friend Sherry, my wifey, I've known her forever, but the other night she came over and she's like, oh, I got you something. And it was one of those bags, duffel bags that unzip and you can stick your clothes in the sides of the bag.
I've seen these.
And she was like, when I saw this, I knew I had to get it for you because you're always going somewhere. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to try this. So I think I'm going to try to use it when we go to Bali.
As a carry-on?
As my carry-on. Yeah. Or like my personal, I don't know. I gotta still get it.
Yeah, you get one personal, one carry-on, one suitcase. I'll probably take that big ass suitcase right there, the red one. Yeah. But I have a backpack that's been all over the world, and I usually take it and put all my stuff in it.
I do have a big carry-on. I feel like I take a checked luggage, even when I go to Vegas, because I just want to know I have what I have. Yeah. So,
and the good thing is in Bali, it's going to be hot and humid. So like we're going to be wearing shorts and tank tops. So it's not like we're going to be packing sweatshirts and, big coats. So we're going to have plenty of room. And also another pro tip is make sure you leave room in your bag for stuff that you want to bring home.
I was thinking about that. So do I bring 2 suitcases?
Well, I'm going to tell you after looking over, I think I told you could bring 2. I was looking at 2 people, so it was 2 suitcases. It's one per person. But if you can shove more in your carry-on, then you can put more in your suitcase.
Right.
Or if we have to, if we're both bringing stuff home, we could actually buy like a duffel bag or something and check that.
Right.
And because we're staying in Hong Kong one night, we want to make sure whatever we have in our bag is, in our carry-on is good for Hong Kong. We want to have our toothbrush and our makeup, whatever, some of that for the next day, a pair of pajamas.
Right.
And I also didn't check the weather in Hong Kong.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah, because it could be cold while we're there. But I'm thinking maybe just a sweatshirt because I always wear a sweatshirt on the plane because I get cold.
I mean, you can always buy what you need.
Yeah.
My dad always told me, like, if you can't just buy what you need while you're on vacation, then you shouldn't be going on vacation.
I know. My motto is there's more in the store. So
yeah. So, I mean, if we had to, we could always buy something else too. But bringing up the humidity, that means mosquitoes, correct?
Yes. So very important if you're going to Bali or I think any country. Even when we went to Thailand, you want to bring mosquito spray and you want to buy it. It's mosquito spray and sunscreen. You want to bring it with you because it's so crazy expensive there because you're so close to the sun. There's so many mosquitoes. Like they know they're going to rip you off for something. You know what I mean? So let it be the fucking sunscreen and mosquito spray. There is one brand that they sell there that I saw was relatively inexpensive, but I don't think it had DEET in it. And DEET is what you need to have in it because there's dengue fever. And if you get stung by a mosquito with dengue fever, you could get dengue fever, which makes you very, very sick.
Yeah, I don't want to get sick while I'm there.
Yeah, that's the other thing is the Bali belly is what they call it, the water.
They say, I did read about that, and they say just drink Coke. And I'm like, okay, well, I drink Coke anyways.
Yeah.
But they say to drink that that's the only thing you drink for 24 hours.
Really?
But then there's also the IV nurses that come to your villa that I've been seeing, and that's pretty inexpensive.
Everything is inexpensive there, I feel like, except for sunscreen and mosquito spray and liquor. I don't want to say all liquor, but if you're looking to drink like Tito's while you're there, that's going to be expensive because it comes from the United States. So if you're just willing to drink whatever Balinese vodka they have, which I don't really care. Yeah. Usually the places that we went, I just ordered a drink off the menu that sounded good, and they have a lot of passion fruit there, and that's my favorite. So yeah.
Well, that's good. What about shoes? Because I did ask you about the shoes.
So the shoes, you showed me some flip-flops that you ordered. Yeah. So flip-flops, I wear those a lot. I wore tennis shoes if I was going to go do some the first town we're staying in is Ubud, which is like the center of Bali. It's like the spiritual capital of the world. There's a lot of yoga retreats and it's real mountainous and there's like pretty jungles and rivers and shit. So you want to wear tennis shoes because when you walk from wherever we're staying to the center of Ubud, which is where all the shopping and the monkey forest is, you're going to want to have tennis shoes on.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the monkeys.
I know.
I want to take one home.
I'm cracking up that you can't wait to see them because I can't wait to see them when they steal something from someone and then you're going to be like, what the fuck?
Well, I have a funny story talking about monkeys. When I was a baby, my parents, before they divorced, had taken me to the San Francisco Zoo. And I guess maybe they weren't contained like they were nowadays.
Back in the day.
Back in the days. And I want to say that it stole my my bottle or something. I remember my mom, I don't remember it, but my mom was like, oh my God, yes. Like, I think it was a bottle. They stole my bottle. So, I don't know. I just love anything that's nice animals.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're mean. And I've never seen it happen. Like,
they just know they want the goods.
Yeah. And it's literally like you can go inside this monkey reserve sanctuary, whatever. And I think it's like $3 to enter. But they're saying when you go in there, don't have sunglasses on your head. Don't be careful with your phone. You make sure you have a purse that's like a crossbody. Like they will take anything out of your hands or off you that they can.
That's so crazy.
And the crazy part is outside of it's in kind of the center of Ubud. So like all the shopping is kind of around there. Mm-hmm. And I just remember we were walking to like a massage parlor to get our, $10 massage for an hour.
Your daily massage.
Yeah. And there are monkeys all over the streets. And I'm just thinking, what? They're not contained in this thing. So like, and then after hearing the horror stories about them stealing stuff, I literally was walking down the street, like clutching onto everything. I was like holding my head because my sunglasses, I was clutching onto my purse and I'm like, these little fuckers aren't stealing something from me. You're not getting it back.
I'm gonna give them something. I'm gonna get like some dollar sunglasses and be like, here you go, put them on.
Because you're definitely not getting it back. I never saw them steal anything from anyone, but they were just like running loose. It was crazy. I've never been that close to a monkey like in the wild. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. And then I really want to do like a spiritual cleanse while we're there because it's the island of the gods.
Yes.
So I want to I hold a lot of in. Everything's great on the outside looking in, but like this girl, your girl, has a lot of shit to let out.
Yeah.
And I want to do that. And I want to.
And that's the place
release
to do
it and leave it.
Yes, that is the place to do it. I didn't do anything like that, but I swear when I was there, I felt somehow better.
Yeah. Who doesn't feel better on vacation?
Yeah, but I've been on vacation a million times, but I mean, I guess it was something spiritual going on there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just felt different.
Well, I mean, can we do that, Nikki?
Yes, absolutely. We'll fucking find something to do for sure.
I need to cry and let it all out. Yeah. 40 years of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I just aged myself, didn't I?
Yeah, you just told everyone what's going on.
That's all right. But, 40 is the new 30.
Let's see. You have down here funny travel stories. We were talking about, when was the last place we went? I think it was Thailand. And I was trying to speak Spanish to them. So sometimes my brain gets overloaded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and the girl had told me in our villa how to say thank you because I asked because that's what the most important thing is, I think. Thank you. If that's the one word you're going to learn.
Can I learn sign language? Can I learn the is there a sign to say thank you?
Well, I think it's something like this. Is that not
I'm just going to walk around and be my hand from my chin, thank you.
Most of them speak English, so you don't really have to worry. And like I said, we're going to have a driver. But I remember we got a massage and I was like, I can't even think of how to say thank you in fucking Spanish right now.
Well, did you have a happy ending?
No, I did not have a happy ending.
Did they try?
No.
Okay.
There's signs up in there too that tell you shit like that. Because I feel like they get that a lot.
Well, I think in Phuket, Thailand, there's a lot of shenanigans that go on, right?
Yeah, and I think it really depends on where you're at. Like in Bangkok, I'm sure there's a lot of crazy shit that goes on.
Bangkok?
Yeah, your favorite. Bangkok. Bangkok.
All right. Well, let's keep it moving on here because we're trying to do our episodes a little bit shorter, and I don't want people to think because we did get a comment back when we started doing the podcast about being entitled.
Yeah. That
somebody had commented oh, you guys are entitled because you're traveling. Well, I'll tell you one thing: traveling internationally is probably cheaper than a flight to freaking Florida. And spending money there.
1,000%.
So, I mean, yes, not everybody can fly to Florida and have a vacation.
Let's just talk about Pismo. If you were going to Pismo for the weekend, how much are you spending?
Exactly.
You could totally fly to Mexico or even as far as we're going for probably the same price.
Yeah.
The flight is a little pricey, but once you get there, everything is so cheap.
Well, I mean, even let's talk about not even traveling, right? Let's say boots in the park.
Yeah.
You take a girl, you take a guy, right? Tickets alone, that's $250 if you get VIP. Then you got your $20 drinks, your food, your Ubers. Like that's at least $500-$600 between two people.
Yep. I just want people to know you could go to Bali for $500, not including the flight, but you could eat and have a few drinks and have massages and stay in Bali for a week for probably $500-$600.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know, I like to talk about travel because I want to encourage other people, our listeners, to travel. Look into it. Do it. It's such a freeing feeling. Once you get bit by the travel bug, it's a done-data.
And you can say it's entitlement, but for me, I haven't been on a vacation since November of 2023, where I took time off from work. So that's over a year. So I've saved my money. I've done my due diligence so I could go on this trip. It's not like I just was like, oh, I'm going to fly to Bali. Let me just, no, we've been planning this for months.
Yeah. We've been talking about
Yeah. And I knew I wanted to go. So I just saw something on this paper when I looked down and I have to share this. It says funny food ordering mistakes. So when we went to Thailand with my old boss, Jim, okay, we went to this Thai restaurant and we're like, oh, it must be good. There's a bunch of Thai people eating there, da, 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 right? So Jim sees something on the menu and it looks like it says chicken nuggets, right? So he fucking orders it. It was chicken knuckles. Dude, it came out and I was like, oh, it was a whole fucking plate of like chicken feet knuckle things. And I was like, what is that? And he goes, well, I thought it said chicken nuggets. And I asked the guy, I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, can you bring the menu back over? So he brings it over and I go, show me what you ordered. And he pointed out, I go, Jim, that fucking clearly says chicken knuckles on it. I mean, I don't know how you excited you were to get chicken nuggets right now in Thailand, but, and then he didn't eat them. And I was mad at him because I'm like, you can't order that and not at least try it though, because everyone in the restaurant was like looking at him. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was disrespectful almost.
Nikki,
to like,
you better not ever let me order something crazy
no,
like that.
We're gonna be like, my friend's name is Kodik. I'm gonna be like, Kodik, what is this? Kodik, what is this?
I'm gonna Google translate that shit. Can I have a quesadilla, please?
The thing with Bali though is there are a lot of like international restaurants there. So there's Italian, there's Mexican, there's everything you could want there. So we don't have to stick with just eating Balinese food because I know like one of the things that I'm not eating is like duck. I don't like duck. I'm not going to eat duck, but that's one of the specialties there. And it's not called duck. It's called like, bing bang bop or whatever.
Okay, I know. Stay away from bing bang bop.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
I tell that story because it cracks me up because he was so excited for those fucking chicken nuggies. And when they came out, they were chicken knuckles.
I mean, it might look very similar, I guess. I don't know.
Not. It looked like this. I'm bending my finger and showing Amber. It looked like this on your plate. It was just a whole bunch of like sticks that were bent like this.
I just ordered this for the photo.
I didn't even get a fucking picture of it either.
Oh my God. You needed
I was too busy laughing.
I'm going to have to order it. I'm going to have to order it just to take a photo. We are going to take like a little GoPro. So we're going to try to do some video of our travels to share with everybody. Because, I want, like I said before, I want everybody to see that. And I mean, not everything is what we see on the internet.
No, that's true.
I'm not going to filter my shit. I'm not going to do any of that. So, I mean, maybe there's some shitty parts. I mean, it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
I mean, you do see crazy shit like, be very respectful when we're walking down the street because they do offerings every day. And it's like a little piece of like bamboo, like webbed up bamboo, looks like a little basket. And it'll have like flowers and you don't step on it.
Right.
That's like someone's offering,
It's called a kanag sari.
Yeah.
Sari.
I don't know where you're seeing that, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And it just says to avoid stepping on them.
Yes. And you have to respect, those people are very happy and very proud and very like, it would like when I was in Bali, it was like nobody was having a bad day. You know what I mean? Like even everywhere we went, people that worked there, they were happy to see you. They were happy for everything. And it says right here, let's see, cultural insights. So there's a bunch of Balinese dance performances you can watch. There's one in Bali, the king of, I can't remember if he's the king of Bali or the king of Indonesia, lives there. Like in Ubud, you're like literally right outside his palace. And there's a dance performance that takes place right across from it.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of places where you go that you have to wear a sarong. So if you don't have a sarong, they don't like even men in shorts. So you have to like, they'll rent one to you for like, I don't know, it's like 50 cents American.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's other temples that will just give it to you because they want you to have this cultural experience so much.
Well, another thing that I heard is if a woman is menstruating,
Yeah.
you can't go into the temple.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. My shit's all over the place. So I'm like, would it be wrong if I didn't tell anybody and I still
I
did
mean,
it?
in my head, I'm
wanna see the
thinking, how are they
temples.
going to know?
I don't know. The gods are going to know, and I'm going
I
to be
know,
fucking,
they
it's
are
going to be
gonna
like
know.
karma or
I know.
something. So please, baby Jesus.
I know. I do. There's another funny story I have to tell you. When we went to Thailand, there's this, I may have shown you this. There's this Thai monk that they like idolize. He's literally like a petrified mummy and he wears sunglasses. Have I showed you this?
No.
Okay. And
Oh.
they have him like in a glass coffin thing in Thailand, right? So we were driving somewhere and me and this girl that was with me were like, oh yeah, we want to see that. We want to see that. So the driver takes us over there and we're so fucking excited, right? And it was raining outside and we had on flip-flops and our shorts. We went like running up the temple stairs. I forgot about the sarong thing. So we're like running up the temple stairs.
Shame on you.
And it's like marble. I'm almost slipping everywhere and they're trying to stop us. And I didn't realize they were behind us trying to stop us. And we're like running over trying to see this. Well, we were in like rompers. We had like, I might even had like a maybe like bathing suit that was see-through cover up kind of thing.
Right.
And they were just like, oh, like, so just, you know, like, and then I didn't know what was going on. I was slipping and sliding everywhere. And I thought that's what they were trying to like, but
warn
no,
you
they
about?
wanted me to put on a fucking sarong. And then when I realized, I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You know,
Oopsie.
yeah, but then you like look around and you're just like, okay. And you're realizing these people are all like praying to this fucking mummy with sunglasses on.
Yeah. Well, it's not just the temples either, or, you know, where they're praying. There was a thing that I saw about like a spiritual cleanse and it's a water. And then there's like these things where there's water coming out.
That's the water temple. Yeah.
Yeah, the water temple.
Mhm.
And the men and women are both wearing the sarong.
And you wear it in the water.
You wear it in the water.
You would think you'd be wearing a bathing suit, but it's holy water. Coming out of that thing is holy water.
No.
Yeah.
It might turn black when I step in it.
I didn't get in it last time.
Were you
I'll tell
scared?
You know what I was scared of? There's like, let's say there's like 5 things shooting out water,
Yeah.
right? And there's a line behind all of them. The line was so long and there were so many people in the water. I was weirded out by getting in the water with all the people.
Oh
That's
my
what I was.
God.
Yeah.
But it's holy.
I know, but like, I don't know these people. And some of them I'm looking at and I'm thinking, is this your bath for the week? Like, what the fuck?
Well, there's some other things too that we were trying to pronounce.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So greetings in Indonesia is like hello is halo.
Yeah.
HALO.
Yeah.
Good morning, Nikki is.
Salamat pagi.
She's been practicing. And then good evening.
Salamat sore.
And then your basics like thank you.
Okay, this one is hard. Terima kashi.
Please. Tulong.
Yeah. Tulong.
No, you don't pronounce the L.
Yeah. Tong. It
Tong.
sounded like tong.
Yeah, it's weird. Excuse me, sorry.
Maaf. Maaf.
Maaf.
You sound like a goat. Maaf.
This isn't fun. Like, we're not trying to make fun
No,
of it, but
not
it's
at all.
crazy. Like, even Spanish speaking, right?
Yes.
Like, the dialogue is very different, and even different Spanish speaking from different parts of
Yes.
Mexico is different.
Yes.
So,
And same thing, like Indonesia's, it's not, I mean, Bali's a small part of Indonesia,
Yeah.
but there's Jakarta, which is the capital. It might be a very different dialect from where we're at in Bali. So,
right.
I mean, we tried to Google some of this stuff before we started our thing, and we were trying to say it so we didn't sound so stupid once we were on here. But now that I'm just reading it and don't have the Google, I don't remember. How much does this cost?
Berapa hanga?
Yeah. Where's the bathroom?
Di mana kamu makan money?
Kamar Mandi. Di
I just
Mana
need to
Kamar
say, how
Mandi.
much, do we even ask how much it costs? Because we know it's going to be cheap, right?
Yeah. And they did say, like, you can barter. It's like Mexico.
Yeah.
You start
barter.
off at half the price. There's some places where you're not going to be able to do that.
You can buy like Gucci and all that
Yes,
stuff over there too.
I
I
saw
heard
that too.
like, and they're like, the ladies are like, is it real? And they're like, yes, it's real. And I'm like, are you sure it's real?
Yeah. There was some, Amber and I are both on these things on Facebook now, Bali trip groups. And I don't know if you saw the one, but the lady posted, I'm looking for a purse like this. And there was literally like 70 comments and they're like, come to my shop. And some of them were posting pictures of the purses that they had. Mm-hmm. I mean, Prada, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. I guarantee you they're not real, but they looked really good.
They looked real.
Yeah, they looked really good.
I'm coming back with a Louis bag.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, shit. I mean, I asked a friend, I was like, is your suitcase really Louis Vuitton? She's like, no, that's fake, but my purse is real.
Yeah. Well, shit, a Louis bag is, I mean, not the purse, but the bag, the fucking luggage is probably $10,000.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, it looked really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would use it.
It's crazy. So yeah, we're trying to learn a little bit of the language, but like I said, I think the most important things would be like please and thank you. Just because it's
being
manners.
Respectful
Yeah.
of the country and the offerings that they do.
Yes.
Another thing I'm super excited about while we're there is having a breakfast in the pool.
Yes.
With the floating
floating
tray.
breakfast.
The
Yeah.
floating breakfast.
Yes.
So
There's
I'm
lots
super
of places that
excited.
do that.
I kind of feel like I've manifested this trip because originally, before we had started doing podcasting and before I met you, my goal was to go to Thailand for my 40th this last year. Well, nobody was like, okay, let's go for 2. I was really trying to go for 14 days. So nobody was like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, dude, yes, the flight's like $1,000. But when we're there, it's super cheap. So, and I wanted to stop in Dubai on the way there. And
see, I wish I would have known that because we could have done that.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I just like Dubai sounds cool, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh, we could have a little layover in Dubai. But I'm just trying to see the world and the culture.
Exactly.
So, I feel like I kind of, it's not Thailand, but it's right
It's
there.
very close.
Yeah, it's all kind of the
I've
same
been
thing.
to both and they are very similar. I actually enjoyed Bali more. I just felt like it was more spiritual.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah. And I think that we're going to have you seen Eat, Pray, Love?
Eat, Pray, Love.
It's an older movie, but she goes,
Sounds familiar.
She goes to Bali, Italy, and I don't remember where else, but the pray part was Bali. The
Okay.
eat part was Italy. And I can't remember I think it was Italy. And the love part was another. She went to 3 countries. And so, yeah, it's I can't wait to show like the pictures. We're going to post pictures on our Facebook page, of course, and TikTok. But I can't wait for you to see, like, people they trip out on, like, things that they see in other countries. Like, oh, my God, like, I was showing Cody, one of the girls that I work with. I said, here's a place you could stay. I said, it's $300 for the whole entire week. And she was like, what? And I'm like, yeah. I said, look at it. It was a 2-bedroom with your own swimming pool, breakfast every day, like, blah, blah, blah. And she's just like, what? It's things like that are, that have made me want to go do these things.
I want to know why the fuck everybody wants to come to America, because I want to leave America.
Right.
I mean, I guess because you gain so much money here in retirement or whatever, and then you go somewhere else and it's a lot cheaper. But I mean, and yes, there's different things here. Healthcare is probably way different, stuff like that. But I mean, if you're a pretty healthy person, like, why not go live somewhere else?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we did purchase travel.
Yes. Not
protection.
I never have purchased it before. Mm-hmm. But I thought, you know what? It was only like an extra $70 per person. And I was like, we should have that just in case. Because,
any emergencies.
Yeah. It's not
sickness.
Yeah. It's our luggage gets lost, I think was on there.
Yeah.
There was a
whole list of stuff.
Yeah. It's not for like, hey, if I cancel this trip, I get my money back. No, if I cancel the trip, I don't get any money back. But if we get hurt, if something happens to us, if we need dental care while we're there, it's emergency things. So
I might have to like have a toothache while we're there. Do they do Botox or anything?
They do.
I mean, I want to get my lashes done. So, because I don't normally do my lashes, but I just don't want to have to worry about it on vacation. So I'm like super down to do that, especially because it's cheap.
Yeah. Super cheap.
The lashes, I'm like, I'm probably due for some Botox right around then.
Yeah.
So
And this is probably the
maybe-
only time in our lives when Amber and I we are going to be for sure going to be millionaires, because I think it's like
Yes.
$100 is like 1 million.
It's $61 to a million.
Yeah.
$61 to a
$61,
million.
yeah.
Think about that, guys.
Yeah. It's crazy. I remember when we cashed in our money there the first time, my boss was like, look at, he goes, I'm a bazillionaire. And he had like all this money. And I was like,
Yeah.
dang. But he had cashed in a bunch of $100 bills.
Yeah. And this is for the listeners too. Like, if you have traveled outside the country, do you prefer to use a credit card?
Yeah.
Do you prefer to use cash only? Do you have a certain type of credit card that you use for travel? We want to know those. So chime in, let us know.
What about you? What about you personally? When you go to like Mexico, what do you do?
Honestly, I just pay the fucking fees.
On a credit card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I try and always use cash.
yeah. So, and I usually have a little bit of cash, but I think this time, because I'm been preparing for this, I'm going to have more cash.
But I think this is very indicative of who we are, though. When we go out, I always have cash and you always use a card.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not a
Which
card
has gotten
girl.
me in a lot of trouble.
That's not why I was saying that. I'm saying that because I always use cash. I think for me, because I got myself in trouble with credit cards, I try and I only use it and then I know I'm going to pay it off. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'd rather have the cash and know exactly what I'm spending.
Yeah. I mean, I am going to bring my traveling card because I think you said Capital One.
Yeah.
Their travel, I forget which
I
one
said
it's called.
call and make sure, but yeah, they don't charge it's a changeover fee or whatever you call it.
Currency
Yeah,
thing,
currency
yeah.
converter.
So, I mean, even if you use other credit cards, I know the percentage isn't that much of a difference because I've never really noticed it. Not that I'm entitled by all means.
Right.
But I am going to look into because I do have that card. So I'm going to look into that.
Definitely look into it because and it protects your purchases. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And having a credit card while you're traveling is probably a good idea for emergencies.
Exactly.
So with that, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Again, we encourage everybody to follow, subscribe, and stay tuned for our post-Bali episode.
Yes. And we do want to reiterate, this is not like, hey, we're going to Bali, we're going to throw it in your face. This is like, I share these things because I wish everyone could travel. I want everyone to go to Bali. I want everyone to go to Italy. I want everyone to go see the world. See something other than what you see out your front door, down the street, in your city. There is such a diverse world out there of people that are so kind and generous. And it's not just, you don't have to be stuck in the United States. Travel and enjoy your time someplace. And even if it puts you in debt for a couple of months, I still feel like it's something that people should do. Pay that shit off and then start saving for your next trip. You know what I mean?
And don't be like, oh my God, I'm 72 years old and I can't go anywhere now that I'm retired.
Yeah.
People are afraid today to take time off work, to go travel, but you earn that PTO. You earn that. So don't be afraid to use it.
Yes, exactly.
Which actually I wish that I had the 2025 vacation of how to schedule your vacation.
Oh, dang, this would be perfect.
I should have been prepared for that.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm sorry, guys. But you can also Google that
Yes.
on how to get the most out of your PTO.
Yeah, because for Christmas next year, I feel like there's going to be because there was a lot this year, so there's going to be a lot next year because it's in the middle of the week again.
Right.
Yeah.
And obviously every employer is different.
Yeah.
But
I don't get PTO, so there we go.
yeah.
Nikki has to scrimp and save every dime. Amber's off for 3 weeks, and I'm over here like, I'm going to work. What are you doing? I'm going to work.
I'm like, God damn. Girl.
I know. Everyone's like, did you get a Christmas vacation? No. Did you come in the bar and see me every fucking day? Okay, well, there's your answer.
Picking up shifts and shit.
Exactly. All right, you guys. Thank you again for tuning in.
And we got another exciting episode after this. Stay tuned. With that, Roger that.
Roger that.